Hi everybody, welcome to the channel. This is Rob. You guys, I made it through summer. It is finally fall time, and I can't tell you guys how happy I am about that. For those of you that are coming back to the channel, welcome again. For those of you that are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you for being here. You guys, we're going to review my picks for this fall 2025. I have selected 5 decks, so we're going to I'm going to show you these decks from number 5 all the way to number 1, and you're going to see which decks I'm going to be using for fall. You guys, the reason why I'm excited about fall is because summer is really not my time. I mean, it's been so hot in my area that I almost felt like I didn't enjoy it, honestly. And so I am really happy that it is fall time. The temperatures have gone down a little bit. And then after fall, you know, with fall, of course, comes Halloween. Then for those of you that celebrate Thanksgiving, or if you celebrate the Day of the Dead, and a lot of really cool celebrations are coming. The weather starts to get cooler, the leaves start to change, and then slowly we progress into winter. And so, you guys, I have so many decks in the collection. It's kind of hard, right? Because I have so many decks. When do I get to use all these decks? I've opted to just say and accept that some decks I'm just not going to use. Some decks are there for collection purposes. And then there's that part of my collection of the decks that I actually use for reading. So these are decks that I haven't used in a while. These are decks that made it to the fall list because of the colors, because of the feel that I get for these decks. And so you guys, let's get into it. Let me show you these decks. The first one on the list, number 5, is the Runic Tarot. And this one is by Lo Scarabeo, by Jack Sephiroth and Alan Dempster, you guys. And this speaks volumes to me when it comes to fall. The colors, the drawings, let me show you all around. This is one of those presentations by Lo Scarabeo which I really love. It has that hardcover box. They open up like this, you guys, and this is the back of the box or the front of the box and side of the boxes. Once again by Lo Scarabeo, you guys. Now, this is the book that it comes with. And if you guys know Lo Scarabeo, you'll know that these books come in different languages. So it looks like it may be pretty thick, but at the end of the day, it really isn't. By the time you're done reading your language, you'll see that this book is fairly thin. This one comes in English, Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. And it goes right into the major, minor arcana. And that's really the end of it. Here gives you a brief introduction about the deck. And you can pause your device and read that. Then it jumps into the major arcana, and then it goes into the minor arcana, and then it goes into the other languages. The book has that sort of rose petal feeling to it, so it's a nice little booklet. Nothing really out of the ordinary for Lo Scarabeo. And these are the cards, you guys. They are not gilded, as you can see. If you compare the size to a Centennial from US Game Systems, you'll see that this by Lo Scarabeo is the same exact thing, you guys. No difference there. And the cardstock is pretty good. It is rather on the shiny side. It's not super shiny that it looks like it's dripping with water or oil or something like this, but it is nevertheless shiny. I really like these cards. I haven't used this deck in so long, and so I thought it has to come out for fall. And I am so glad that I'm taking this guy out. We're going to definitely work together with this guy. Paper stock is pretty good with this deck, as I was saying before I drifted. It is pretty robust, you guys. It's not the best, but it's also so when I say it's not the best, it's pretty robust. It does for me. I like it. I like the cardstock. I mean, if the cardstock would not be good for me, I wouldn't even take the deck out. So there is a lot of decks in my collection that I sort of have in my collection where I don't like the cardstock, but I like the images on the deck, and they just sort of stay in the collection on the shelf, and I never really use them. But this one I do use because I do like the cardstock. It is pretty thick. So if you are a freak about cardstock like I am, then, you know, then cardstock is super important to you. You guys, when it comes to shuffling this deck, it shuffles pretty well. It has a really good weight to it. And so it's not a problem really when shuffling. If you do a spread with this deck, it spreads super, super good, you guys. And if you are not familiar with this deck, I'm going to show you some of these images. And of course, this is sort of like a Viking deck. You know, it has symbols all over it. If you're starting with tarot, you'll know that this is a pretty good deck because it resembles a lot like the RWS. If you're starting learning the RWS, but it is very RWS. So this is the Two of Wands. This is the Chariot, you guys. I love the cats on there. She is just, look at her. She's like, let's go. This is the Six of Swords, you guys. This is the Knight of Wands. This is the Four of Swords. You guys, this is a very direct deck. One of the reasons why I like this deck so much is because it just gives me my answers straight away. But it has its own language, of course, and it speaks. It doesn't speak that much. It's very direct, but yet it has a story to tell. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it does make a lot of sense to me. This is the Knight of Swords, and it's very direct, and I love the colors of it. They're very muted. The printing on this deck is really, really good, and it's not an expensive deck. It's very available on the internet, and you can just go ahead. This is Justice. You can go ahead and order it online, and it is fairly available. So you guys, this is the Runk Tarot, and I am so happy that I pulled this guy out because I'm really going to use it a lot this fall, and I hadn't used it in so long that I thought this guy needs to come out. And as I said before, you guys, the colors really remind me of fall. And so the images also remind me of fall. It's not quite wintry, but it is almost like on the way to winter. And so I thought that it would be extremely appropriate for the time of the year. You guys, let me show you what deck number 4 is. Deck number 4, you guys, the Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. Absolutely gorgeous deck, you guys. So soft, so mystical. The colors are very fall-like, and it just, to me, it just says and speaks volumes about what fall is all about. So I thought I would take it out. This is actually a fairly new deck for me. This is a deck that I got just this year into the collection. And so I haven't had really the time to get into it or use it as much as I wanted to. Of course, I've used it a couple of times, but not as much as I wanted to. So I thought, you know what, Rob, you must take the Mind's Eye Tarot out for fall. And this one is by US Game Systems, you guys. It's got a gorgeous presentation. This is the back of the box, you guys. If you're interested in reading that, pause your device and take a read at that. It's one of those boxes that comes with an indentation here, so you can take the book and the cards out. Once again, the presentation of this deck is absolutely gorgeous. You get a beautiful piece of literature in there. Look how thick this book is, you guys. This book is actually over 170 pages long. It's in color. It gives you a picture of the card, and then it gives you the description of the card. Pause your device and read that so you have sort of an idea of how that book reads. And it really, that's what it gives you. It has acknowledgments here. It has an introduction here, and you can pause your device and read that. And so it's a really nice book. I love it when I get a beautiful piece of literature with my decks, you guys. And so we got that here with this particular deck. Look at the inside, has that dark purple, and I love that purple for fall, right? So a lot of the times when I pick my summer collection or when I pick my spring collection or my fall or winter, it has a lot to do with the colors of the deck, right? And the media that the artist chose for these decks. And so this one just also speaks volumes when it comes to fall, you guys. So let me show you what these beautiful cards look like. Look at that gilding, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. By the way, this one is by US Game Systems. I don't know if I mentioned that or not before, but it's just one of those gorgeous presentations by US Game Systems. So happy to have this deck in my collection. These are the cards, you guys. Look at that. This is the back of the card, by the way, and they are totally reversible. And when it comes to size, you'll notice that they are exactly the same as a Centennial edition from US Game Systems, you guys. And these are the cards. You guys, these are linen. They are really wonderful. It's kind of like a thicker linen. It is really not that thin. It's robust. It feels really good on the hands. I really like this linen paper. Although I've said in many of my other videos that linen paper was not my favorite. It depends. I've come to find out through my path in tarot and with cardstock that there is many different types of linens, you guys. And so this one is a thicker linen and it is just gorgeous. I really, really enjoy it. They are flexible enough, but sturdy enough. If you want to shuffle this deck, it shuffles just beautiful, as you can see. Not a problem shuffling. And it just feels so lush. I love that gilding, of course. And if you do a spread with this deck, it just spreads beautiful. So let me show you what some of these cards look like because they are gorgeous. If you don't know this deck, I really invite you to take a look at it. This is the Eight of Cups. It is such a different world. It has such a personality, this deck. It speaks its own language. It has its own characters. And you can't compare it to any other deck. It is so original, but the drawings are so intricate. It is borderless, which I love, except for here for the bottom. It's just gorgeous, you guys. This is the Fool. This is the Five of Cups. This is the Two of Cups, you guys. Look how gorgeous that is. So many creatures to look at. And it's called the Mind's Eye Tarot. You'll notice that there's eyes everywhere on this card. So it's one of my favorite decks so far this year that I got, you guys. I love this deck. I tried to take it everywhere with me when I travel because it is just such a special deck. This is the Four of Swords. This is the Eight of Swords. Look how gorgeous that is. By the way, printing on this deck is top notch. So this deck really has all the characteristics to make it into a top list deck, you guys. It really, really does. It is absolutely fabulous. It is beautiful, the colors, and it's perfect for fall. These colors are just perfect for fall. They're muted and I love it. You know, you guys, I love the sunlight. I love the beach but after a while, I want a little bit of darkness. And this deck gives me that darkness. It eases my eyes. You know, I don't feel like I need to wear sunglasses all the time. I don't feel like my skin is burning. And so fall is just perfect. I think that my favorite times of the year would be fall and spring, you guys, because it's not too cold. It's not too warm. It's not too bright. It's, you know, you get sunny days, you get cloudy days, you get days when it's colder outside, you get days when it's warmer outside. You get a little bit of everything. And so not to talk about the nature and the foliage, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And then, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it's just such a wonderful month with many wonderful, it's such a wonderful season with many wonderful celebrations, such as Halloween or Dia de Muertos for that matter. And you guys, this is the Mind's Eye Tarot by Olivia Rose. Gorgeous deck, Page of Swords, Two of Swords, the Tower, 10 of Wands, the Emperor, 9 of Wands, Strength. And you guys, let me show you what deck number 3 is going to be. Deck number 3, you guys, is not a tarot deck, but it is an oracle deck, and it's the Medieval Oracle of the Beasts. This deck is absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful deck, one of my favorite ones. I just got this deck this year too, so I'm showing you decks that are new to the collection, except for the Runic one, which was the number 5. This one is actually pretty new. I love the golds in it, and gold is, I think it's such a perfect color for fall time. And the black and the creatures in this deck are just gorgeous. This is by Libra Moon. It is not an inexpensive deck, but it is just gorgeous. It was really my money's worth. I can't say otherwise. I mean, it's not inexpensive. It is an expensive deck, but you know what? I love it. So I feel like it was money well spent. Look at that. Look at all those, really all those details. It is just beautiful. So it opens up like this. And once again, you guys, it just doesn't stop with the details, right? I mean, the design of this deck is really, really special. And it doesn't end there, you guys. Look at this book. I mean, is this just gorgeous or what? This is actual leather. And it's just beautiful. It goes into the meaning of the cards, you guys, and pause your device and read that. That's the dragon. And that's really all that there is in there. There's really nothing else. There's no introduction. There's really nothing else. There's a little bit of advertising for the publisher, but other than that, this is the Elephant Rat, and you can take a read at that also if you're interested. But beautiful. Look how gorgeous it is, right? So it's really well thought out. It's really well designed, and it looks like somebody put a lot of thought into this deck, and so for that they get an A plus. And then these are the cards, you guys. Look, and there is a lot of cards. There are more than 78 cards in here. Gilding, absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Look at this backing. I love it. They're completely reversible, though I don't know that these cards can be read in reversible. So at least I don't read in reversible, so I haven't really paid attention, but I guess they could if you wanted to. Everything reminds me of fall when it comes to this deck. It's a medieval, of course, like the title says. It's a medieval style deck, but the colors are very fall-like. They're very tamed. The printing on this deck is gorgeous. The cardstock, you guys, this is my favorite cardstock out there. I have not been able to find better cardstock than this, at least to my liking. And so cardstock is gorgeous. It's got that rose petal, but they're thick enough. They have weight. They feel sturdy. They feel robust. They feel elegant. And I'm just in love with this paper. So you are going to have to be really careful when you shuffle this deck. There's a couple of reasons why. There's a lot of cards in here, more than 78 cards. There is a lot more. And so if you have shorter fingers, and if look, I can barely hold this deck. You see that? It actually falls. My fingers don't reach all the way, so you're gonna have to be a little bit creative when it comes to shuffling. But you know what, you guys, that's just a small price to pay for this deck. If you have a hard time holding heavy things, or if you have bad hands, or difficulties with your hands, I don't like to say bad hands, but if you have difficulties with your hands, then this might be a deck that can be a little bit harder to handle for you. But you know, you guys, I don't have difficulties with my hands, and so I'm okay with it. I find a way to manage this deck, and it spreads beautifully as well. And let me show you what some of these images look like. They are just absolutely intriguing and beautiful and mysterious and just full of art. It is an artful deck, you guys. This is the Hydra. It's overcoming challenges. And so you have the title of the card and you have the meaning of the card right there. This is the giraffe reaching new heights. And of course, if you want to go a little bit more into what the meaning is, then you can read the book, and there you're going to find this a little bit more information about each particular card. This is the asp, or hearing is blocked with tail. This is the boar, fierceness, protection. This is the dragonfly, you guys, adaptability. Very much fond of it. This is the crow. This is the hydrus. This is the swan, grace and transformation. This is the spider, what a tangled web we weave. And we do. This is the elephant rat, which is actually, the book opened on the elephant rat, and then all of a sudden here we have the elephant rat, so go figure. This is the dog, unwavering loyalty. This is the manticore, strategy in battle. This is the lion, courage, leadership, and power. This is the hawk, keen observation, insights. And you guys, there is full reviews of almost all of these decks on the channel. So if you're interested in taking a look at these decks in full detail, then look for those videos, okay? Because they're in there, in case you are wondering about those. And you guys, that is the Medieval Oracle of the Beasts. And let me show you what deck number 2 is all about. You guys, the Universal Folk Tarot by Anita Inverarity. This one is by US Game Systems, and it speaks everything about fall for me. The colors have that brownish, all sort of brownish and creams, and they're just perfect for fall, you guys. The artwork is beautiful on this deck. It is very meaningful, and I thought that I would definitely take it out. I also got this deck this year, not too long ago. So there is a full review of this deck on the channel, and so feel free to go in there and take a look at it. But you guys, this is from US Game Systems. It comes in a gorgeous packaging. It's one of those large boxes, exactly the same as the Mind's Eye Tarot. This is what the back of the box looks like and what it reads. And so pause your device and take a read at that if you're interested. Here you get that indentation for this box, and you can take the deck out like this. And that's what the inside of this particular box looks like. And you guys, you get an amazing book to go with this deck. Look how thick this is. I just love it whenever I get a really big piece of literature like that with my deck. Now, this book has over 240 pages, you guys. It has a picture of the card right there, so you can pause your device and read that. That is the Five of Pentacles, or Aurora. And it continues here on this page. It is pretty complete. There is a lot to read here. So if you're into reading, if you are into finding out new things, this is a wonderful deck to have. You get a really beautiful piece of literature that comes with it. And I don't know if that's important to you or not, but to me it's super important. Here is the table of contents. It has the introduction, major arcana, suit of cups, pentacles, swords, wands, using the cards about the author, and acknowledgements, you guys. So really cool book. It's got that rose petal here, and these are the cards, you guys. Beautiful cards. Look, it has that black gilding. This is the inside of the box, by the way. Look at that gilding, you guys. Isn't that gorgeous? I love it. It's like black. It's a matte black, so I think that's gonna last a long time. I don't think I need to worry about one of those shiny ones that is going to chip away after a while. This is the back of the card, you guys. It's that linen paper, just like the Mind's Eye Tarot. It's that beautiful linen thick paper, so I'm happy with it. This card is big. So if we compare it to a Centennial from US Game Systems, look how much bigger it is. And if you guys know a little bit about me or not, I love bigger cards. So I was definitely happy with this size card. Look, this is the back of the card. There are daisies there, and it is reversible. So if you read in reverse, you'll be very happy with these cards. If you are wondering how this deck shuffles, well, you guys, this deck shuffles amazing. Look at this. It shuffles just wonderful, you guys. And if we do a spread, well, the spread is just amazing. There is just nothing I can say about that other than absolutely wonderful. This is what the cards look like, you guys. This is the Six of Cups, or Joy. This is the Seven of Cups, the Conjurer. And you see what I'm saying about the colors? I mean, to me, it looks very fall-like. You know, it gives me that fall feeling. They're not very bright. The printing on this deck is truly amazing, really top quality. This is the King of Swords. This has become one of my favorite decks, Six of Swords. Not only do I really like the artwork on this deck, this is the Two of Wands, but I really like everything else about it. The presentation, the literature that comes with it, the cardstock, the printing, the colors, the messages on this deck. Everything seems to work for me, you guys. This is the Ace of Wands, or the Visionary. This is the Six of Wands, Silt and Silver. This is the Seven of Wands, the Frontier. This is the Eight of Wands, Ariel. This is the Nine of Wands, the Ascendant. This is the Ace of Pentacles, the Investor. This is the Page of Cups. This is the Moon. This is the Fool. This is the Nine of Cups. This is the Three of Swords. Four of Pentacles, Blackbird Garden. This is the Nine of Swords. And of course, you guys, the book goes so into detail about these cards that if you really want to read and if you really want to, get into it, the book is very complete and full of wonderful information. This is the Four of Wands. This is the Three of Wands, Queen of Wands, Death, Temperance, Ten of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. And you know what, you guys? Now I'm going to show you what deck number 1 for fall is. So let me show you. Deck number 1, you guys, Whispers of Time Tarot by Sonia Kulignac. And this is an artist from the Ukraine. This is a deck that I got not too long ago, and I have absolutely fallen in love with this deck, you guys. Everything. The presentation, the card stock, the drawings, the colors, and it is perfect for fall. So, you guys, this deck is gorgeous. It's got that beautiful presentation from Los Scarabeo. It's got that gold with the black. So right there, just with the gold and the black, I'm already like into fall madness. I got this deck this year as well, you guys. So this is a fairly new deck for me. This is the book, you guys, and Los Scarabeo knows how to do these books very, very well. They come in different languages. It goes right into the major, minor arcana, and that's really all that there is to this book. There's a brief introduction there, and so other than that, you guys, that's it. There's like a spread there, yeah, only one, and then he goes into the major, minor arcana, and then he goes into the different languages. So this looks like a pretty thick little booklet, but it really is not because it comes in many languages, and so these are the cards, you guys. Look at this gilding. Isn't that gorgeous? Of course, it's that gold, and you are going to have to be careful with it. I haven't been able to stop using this deck, and so I'm just going to carry on using this deck through fall and maybe through winter. This has become one of my to-go decks, you guys. I just haven't been able to stop using it. This deck has not seen the bookshelf since it arrived. I'm just really, really enjoying this deck. I've really been able to connect this deck in a very special way, and it's everything about this deck. It's of course the images, it's the colors, it's the card stock, it's the size of the cards, it's everything. So gorgeous deck, absolutely great card stock, one of my favorite card stocks that there is out there. I love this card stock. It's got that rose petal feeling. These are robust, these are elegant. Holding this deck is an absolute pleasure for me, and I just can't get enough of it. If we compare it to a Centennial, you're going to see that it's almost the same, you guys. Yeah, it's actually the same. And when it comes to shuffling this deck, you guys, it is a delight to shuffle. They fall easily. It's really not a big deal to handle this deck and to do a very beautiful shuffling. When it comes to doing a spread, the cards are a little bit thick, so it doesn't do a perfect spread like maybe the linen paper would do, but still does a really good job. And since I love this card stock, I don't really mind. And let me show you what some of these cards look like, because like I said, they are just, I'm in awe with these cards, you guys. This is the Queen of Cups. And, you know, this is all personal. This is all a personal thing, you guys. You know, it's really amazing how our brains connect to some things and disconnect with other things, right? And so this deck, I really connect with it. My brain really connects with it. My soul really connects with it. This is the Three of Wands. This is the Moon, and the images are absolutely beautiful to me. The Queen of Swords. This is the Ten of Pentacles, and if you're starting and learning the RWS, you're going to find that this deck is not difficult to use at all, because you're going to find it pretty easy to work with. This is the High Priestess. This is the Ace of Wands, you guys. This is the Chariot. This is the Six of Wands, and printing is gorgeous on this deck, you guys. So it is clear crystal as water, so you will not have any problems. This is the Hanged Man. And, you know, some people may think that this is, you know, maybe a little bit too much or something. It is absolutely nothing too much for me. It is a perfect Hanged Man for me. You know, he's not hanging from his legs, but he's hanging from his throat. So a little bit of a difference there, but this is the Six of Swords. This is the Queen of Pentacles, and I really just love all of the details, you guys. It's so pristine. This is Temperance. This is the King of Wands. Look at that gorgeous Nine of Pentacles. I love the colors, you guys. It just looks gorgeous. This is Justice. This is the Nine of Cups. This is the Three of Swords. Look at that Three of Swords. Isn't that beautiful? You guys, there is a complete review of this deck on the channel. So go ahead and take a look at that. And you can see every single card for this deck and see what they look like. This is the Page of Wands. This is the Ten of Swords. And this is such an interesting Ten of Swords, you guys. Look, it's like this figure here has been completely stabbed, but still he's trying to get up, right? So it's like almost like he's not dead, but he's trying to actually get up. This is the World. I love this World card. This is the Magician. What a beautiful Magician. I love the red here and how detailed it is. This is the Four of Swords, and this is the Knight of Swords. You guys, it just goes on and on and on. It's a gorgeous deck. Listen, you guys, I really hope you enjoy your fall season. I hope you have a wonderful Halloween time. I hope you have a wonderful early winter, and enjoy the foliage. If you live in a place where the foliage changes, enjoy the weather. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and let me know, do you have any of these decks? Do you plan to use some of these decks for the fall? Did I hit the nail on the head, or was I absolutely way off? Let me know, you guys, what you think. Thank you for watching, and as I always say, until the next time.